A couple things before we get started here. Today I'm going to do a stack wedging session. It's a couple weeks after I recorded the video that I recently posted, and my back is feeling better now, but between that and it was just so hot in my garage, it was just not comfortable hitting golf balls in here. Also though, I'm making a few changes with my bag. I think part of the issue I've been having with my short game shots has been the bounce and grind on my 56 degree. So I was actually using ChatGPT and AI and asking all these questions with my habits and clubs and where I play and everything. And I settled on a 54 degree wedge with 8 degrees of bounce and the M grind. So I have that in my bag right now. I actually took my 5-iron out because I never used that. So currently my bag is driver, 3-wood, 5-wood, 7-wood, 6-iron, 7-iron, 8-iron, 9-iron, pitching wedge, 50 degree, 54 degree, 56 degree, 60 degree, and putter. I think I'm actually going to be taking my 56 degree out of the bag and not use that. And then I also actually just ordered the Titleist GT280 mini driver. I don't think I'm going to get that for about 6 weeks yet, and that's going to replace my 3-wood. I don't use my 3-wood very often, so I don't think I'll be using this mini driver very often either. But from what I've been reading and understanding is the mini driver is supposed to be even easier to hit than the 3-wood, so it might have some use for me. But then by taking the 3-wood out of my bag and replacing that with the mini driver, and then taking the 56 degree out of my bag, I am only going to be carrying 13 clubs. For me though, that should cover basically all the way up to about 250 yards, which is kind of my average drive now. The other thing is I did get my handicap currently down to a 10.8. So I'm pretty happy about that. There's one round I posted where it was a 74 on an executive course. I found the slope and rating for it and posted it, and then after the fact I realized I probably should not have posted that. So my handicap may be artificially lower, but I can't go back and delete it or make it a practice round. Otherwise I would do that. So my handicap before that was a 13.2. It went down to a 10.8, but I think it's probably closer to what it should be because of how they do the 9-hole rounds now. So it's kind of like, it's not really technically right. I'm not entering any tournaments or anything, so I'm not worried about that. This is just for me to see how well I'm improving. But again, it's not technically right, but I also am not convinced it's really wrong either because of, as I said, the way that handicaps are calculated now. But I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to use the practice range on the R50. I have my phone right there, and I will record that screen so I can have it up next to the video that I show you guys. So let me get this set up. I'm going into practice mode. I'm just going to do the distance range. Tracking mode, ball data only. Elevation is going to be my elevation, which says it's 582, which is not right. I don't know why that's different now. It's closer to 787 is what my watch says. I wish this was a little easier to control. So I'm at 793. Humidity, I got to 60%. Temperature, I got down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It actually cooled down, which is awesome because it was very hot out. And then let me do the tracking because I did not do that last time, and I think that may have affected my ball flight. So that got me at 0.1 degrees right, which is pretty close to 0. The 3D printed stand I have for the R50 has made it a lot easier, but it's still not perfect. But let me go ahead and get this session started. And again, I am using brand new balls. I try and keep my clubs clean, especially for this, because I want to keep this screen clean. It does seem to be heavy enough now, and because it touches the ground, where I don't always need to connect the chains. So right now they're not connected. But right now I'm going to take a few warm-up swings, and I'm going to use my new 54 degree SM10 with the 8 degree bounce and the M grind. And also I do have a canvas rug over there because I'm just kind of giving some more carpeting or surface for my balls to hit without rolling on the dirty cement. So I'm only going to hit about 5 to 10 here, get myself warmed up a little bit. So that one, the launch direction was 2.4 right, and spin was 755 right. I like the launch direction there, but I really want a left spin on that. That one launched 0.1 degrees left, and the spin was 76 left. So it did go left, but I want the launch direction to actually start a little right because I want to draw on it. I would take that every day of the week, but I want to play a draw. I want to have a consistent draw. That's the ball flight I'm going for. So again there, the launch direction is fine. That's 3.3 degrees right. But my side spin there was over 1,000 right, which is why it had that fade or slice. So I really need to work on that. That one was good. Ball flight doesn't show it, I don't think, but launch direction was 2.3 degrees right, side spin was 444 left. I'm happy with that one. And I don't know for a fact or not, but the one thing I kind of had to focus on that one was kind of the way my legs were moving. I think they've been getting a little happy. This will be my last practice swing. I think I hit that kind of thin. Launch direction was 0.8 degrees right, side spin was 33 right, and I actually didn't hit it thin, it's just I didn't hit any ground. So for me it felt thin, but it was actually well struck. I just would have liked a little less spin on it. Okay, so now I have my phone recording, I have my stack radar there, I'm going to do some stack wedging. I am only going to do the 24 to 30 balls because it's supposed to be the shortest one and it is already 10 p.m. here, so I really should be going to bed. Limited flight, artificial turf, temperature 70, altitude, I'm going to get closer to 1,000. Not doing any customized carry. Okay, so we got sand wedge, gap, 9-iron, lob wedge, that's fine. I'm not going to warm up, even though I should. Should be connecting to my radar now. Should be good there. Alright, so now let's grab my lob wedge. Oh, so warm up actually, that's fine. Where this is kind of different than what I've been doing, I've been kind of using this new 54 for everything under 90 yards. So right now this warm up is for 70 to 110. So I am going to do it. I've never done this before, but I just want to see, make sure the radar is picking up more than anything. So let's just see what I get here. Gee, I think I can move the radar a little bit. Okay, so Stack had 92, R50 had 94.4. I'm happy with that, so I am going to get started. Okay, so I have the right club, sand wedge, that's the one I'm using. It looks like I have 6 of these I'm doing with a target of 95 yards. Which should be, seems to be pretty much a full swing with this club right now. 1 yard over, I'll take that. R50 was slightly different. That was a little further, 100. Which honestly does make more sense to me because, well, this is normally my 100 yard club. Well, the 56 was, but that was 100 yard total. So 100 yard carry, I am 2 degrees shallower of a, would that be right? I am 2 degrees different than the 56, so I expect a little more carry there, but I don't think I need to carry both a 54 and a 56. So 95, so full swing got me 100, so I need to take maybe a little off of a full swing. I am getting a little draw there, so I do like that. That's funny, my ball ended up right where it needed to. That's pretty cool. Oh, I was going right and short. Perfect, right on the money. So it looks like 266 points is the most you can get, I think, on a single shot. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just guessing when I hit it right on, and that's what I got. I kind of assume that's the most you can get. Okay, now this is my last shot at this yardage. I do tend to pull it when I hit it well, and that when I pulled a little bit, I would play that all day long, only a yard short. Now it's 62 with my lob wedge. This is where things are going to be a little different here. I know that the stack wants me to use my lob wedge, but I kind of mentioned earlier that I kind of want to use my 54 for pretty much all shots under 90 yards. So 62 yard carry, I kind of do a modified clock system, and this is where I need a lot of work right now because what I've had to do is kind of change my swing for these short shots. And instead of like numbers on a clock, I kind of do like shin high, knee high, thigh high, waist high. And that's kind of how I've been doing that since I got this club last week. So this, I believe, is going to be waist high. And I do tend to pull it every time. Not usually that much. So it's a little short. So, I mean, I will say, though, I did pull it, but I would take that over that bad S word that I've been having. So, see if I can get a little better and straighten it out. Pulled it again. Carries better, but I really need to straighten that out. Again, I'm taking that over what I've been dealing with, but it's just not exactly what I want. too far. So I straightened that one out a little bit, and what I've had to kind of do is make sure I'm going to the right, but I just don't think I'm following through to the right enough still. That was better. Feel weird. Honestly, I kind of feel like Bryson DeChambeau putting when he's like that. But right now for me, it's working. With that being said, my instructor from GOLFTEC actually reached out to me today and is offering me lessons for kind of the fall. And I'm debating on what to do because I did like working with him. He did help me get to where I'm at today. He is a 30-minute drive, which isn't terrible, but we do have places here that I could also go to, and it's just the pricing there is basically $83 a lesson, and I have to pay for 10 lessons at a time for like the value that makes sense for me. And I just don't know if I want to pay that much in one go. So if you guys just want to comment and let me know what you think, especially right now with my short game struggles, would it be worth it? The bad news is I probably wouldn't start it till September. So I might still get some golf in this year, but it's kind of at the end of the golf season, and I don't know if it would help me out too much this year anymore. Too short and pulled it left. It's too short. So I'm very stiff with this right now. There's not a lot of feel into it. It's very robotic. So now we have 44-yard carry as the target. Again, same club because I'm trying to just do the one club and get the different distances. Because this one, I think with the different bounce and grind, it's easier for me to hit, honestly. 44 yards. So I was only 35, not enough. I'm still pulling it left. .46, 48, closer, a little left. Launch direction is 2.5 degrees left, but I don't know what I'm doing that's doing it. But again, I'll take that that's actually going around where it's supposed to go over what I've been dealing with. .49. Let me just kind of try one like with my normal swing where I kind of go in on my backswing and see what happens with that. 44 yards. .52 yards. Like it's working, but it wasn't working. So it just mentally, it's a struggle right now. That one was a little straighter, but it was still 0.9 degrees left. .52. I do seem to be hitting that more off the heel. So I wonder if I maybe back up a little bit, if that'll do anything. but this is my last shot for this distance as well. That was more toey, but it went straight. $132 So this one I have to use a different club now for sure. Change it on the Garmin here just so I can track it. And for a 132-yard carry with my 9-iron, my total is typically 145-ish with this club, so I feel like that might be a full 9-iron. So I'm going to do that first. Oh, that went right. And off the toe. Fell over there, that's no good. Oh, toey again. Carry was pretty good, but I really need to straighten that out. Oh, it's thin. See if I can just hit one I like. Just get good contact and hit it straight. Better contact, not quite as straight as I would have liked. Definitely didn't have the draw on it that I wanted. 127 on Stack, 128 on the R50. Launch direction was 2.3 degrees right, spin was 110 right, so there's not a lot of spin on it. But I want that left spin. The right launch, the left spin. That's what I want. So that one carried 144. I like it. The one thing I did different there, I did turn my trailing wrist a little to the right, and that seemed to kind of help me get that draw. But now it also, I hit it very well and got 144 yards of carry with my 9-iron, which might be more than I would like, especially when I'm trying to carry 132. I'm going to try that again because I do want the draw, but I want to do well on the stack wedging. That was better. Still carried 139, 137, so it's not quite the distance that I'm trying to get here with the stack wedging. Now 112 with the gap wedge should be my 50 degree. And normally that is 115 total for me, so let's see what we get here. One other thing that I've tried doing, because my 50 degree gap wedge typically totals about 115 and my pitching wedge totals about 135, so I have a 20-yard gap there. What I've kind of done, I just tried it on Tuesday this week to kind of shorten that gap, is with my pitching wedge, I normally choke up about an inch. I tried choking up an additional inch to try and give me that 123-ish range. It seemed to work. I only did it, I think, once or twice, so I still have more practice to do with it. but that's kind of how I'm closing that gap between my gap wedge and my pitching wedge. And now here my carry goal is 112 with my 50-degree gap wedge. I'll change it on the Garmin. .110 carry, pulled left, 108 carry. And if there's one other thing, I tell myself this every year, I'm going to practice more, I'm going to practice more, I'm going to practice more. And having this setup, I do practice more, but still not nearly as much as I had intended to. And there's not even an excuse for it. It's just I would rather sit down and watch shows on TV or whatever, or YouTube videos. So it's not really a good excuse. There were times it was very hot and I didn't want to be out in my garage, but there were other things I could do. I did practice chipping quite a bit in my backyard, but that's still not the same. I went to the chipping and putting green by my local course a few times, but just not as much as I should have or wanted to. And now we're getting to, tomorrow is July 31st. We're getting to August already. And I don't want to say it's regret, but I had all this intention to practice. I made a schedule, I made a list to do all these things, and it just didn't happen. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this now, is because this is where I'm struggling. This is what can help me the most, and I have not done it like I intended to. It's 104, so that's the same, and 112 was my goal. One other thing I'm actually noticing just now is I'm trying to find a way to get my screen to hang up there better. I actually have 2 of those hooks around there and it's still falling, so 2 hooks doesn't seem to be enough, and I'm going to have to work on that to see what else I can do, because that's one thing I really need to do and work on, and I just can't find a good way to do it. So hopefully I can figure out something soon. Even though it does feel better, it's still 76 degrees in here with 68% humidity, so I'm sweating just from doing this stack wedging session, which isn't a bad thing, but I did not expect to feel this warm. And I didn't like that one went a little more right either, and I kind of fell over on my swing there. I think I have 2 swings left. So I don't think I'm going to get to a 112-yard carry with this club. It's just 115 is my total, and my next club, my pitching wedge, I would go way too far. Oh, it's thin. 117, 116, but I thinned that one. You can see there I didn't even hit the bottom of the ball. I kind of hit like the bottom third. And even the ball flight was a lot lower on that one. Well, that was pretty good. Didn't like that I fell over on my backswing there. Carry distance wasn't what I was hoping for, but that's my stack wedging session. It looks like it's completed. Let's save it. Let's go into the summary. So my best was 193.6 in February. Average 185.1. I think I was a little better than that. 189.3 today, I think. Oh no, that's each distance. So 185.4 today was my best. Definitely could be better, and that's why I'm here. So I do need to figure that out, but I'm not going to do it tonight because now we're at 10:30 and I need to get to bed soon. So again, thank you guys for watching. I really do enjoy all of you that watch and subscribe and comment. I love interacting with you guys. I wish I would have been a lot more active on posting this summer. Hopefully I can figure out something so next summer I can post year-round and not just so much in the winter. But again, I really enjoy it. This is awesome. I love being able to do this. If there's anything specific that you want to see me do or do a video of, please leave a comment and let me know what that is, and I will try my best to accommodate that. Thank you again. I really do appreciate it.